Have you ever really stopped to think about why certain people, right in the middle of the most chaotic and darkest storms of their lives, precisely when all the rules break down and everyone expects them to completely shatter and collapse, suddenly stand up, put on their armor, shake it all off, and completely flip the entire game in their favor? What is the secret behind these iron-willed individuals who manage to rise like a phoenix from their own ashes? What on earth goes on inside the minds of these people who, with every single heavy blow they take, don't just stop, but actually grow harder, sharper, and more relentless day by day? The answer to this question is far deeper, more complex, and infinitely more practical than anything you will ever read in a generic, cliché self-help book. Today, we are going to dissect one of the strangest, most turbulent, and most fascinating lives on the face of this planet to decode this massive secret together. A secret that might just be the missing key and the ultimate solution to the biggest knots in your own life right now. So listen closely until the very final second, because this is going to completely flip your perspective on hardship. Let's travel back in time, to an era when Angelina Jolie wasn't yet that beloved, wealthy, and powerful superstar lighting up the silver screen. She was a girl who seemed to have it all on the outside, but was burning alive on the inside. She grew up under the heavy, suffocating shadow of her father's fame, constantly judged, and forced to face the darkest, most unknown, and most terrifying corners of her own mind from her earliest teenage years. She battled severe depression, a profound sense of loneliness, identity crises, and the painful scars inflicted upon her sensitive soul by the heavy gaze of society, the media, and those around her. Many people mistakenly assume that individuals who reach the pinnacle of success were born with an immaculate, smooth, and cushioned life where pain was never a factor. But the bitter yet deeply inspiring truth is that Angelina's stepping stones to greatness were built entirely out of the shattered pieces of her own psychological breakdowns and inner crises. Do you know where the first golden rule of the mind is found? The exact moment you feel absolute darkness swallowing you whole with zero escape in sight is precisely the point where you can ignite the very first spark of your inner power. This is the exact mechanism psychology calls post-traumatic growth, a phenomenon that teaches you how to transform the most agonizing blows into the greatest launching pad of your life. But the story doesn't stop there, it only opens up a brand new chapter of the game. Let me make a blunt and unapologetic confession. Most of us, when hitting our first serious dead end in life, when a romantic relationship shatters, a valuable career opportunity vanishes, or our plans implode due to harsh economic and social conditions, instantly curl up in a ball of self-pity, hide in the corner of a room, and start whining, pointing fingers at everyone else, and feeling sorry for ourselves. Now look at the exact opposite of that behavior. Right in the peak of her personal crises, at a time when her Hollywood fame, wealth, and success were at an all-time high and everything looked smooth on the surface, Angelina Jolie suddenly decided to alter her entire trajectory. She packed up and walked right into the heart of the most dangerous, war-torn, and devastated regions on planet Earth, places where the stench of gunpowder, death, starvation, abuse, and absolute injustice reigned supreme. Many people told her, "Are you out of your mind, girl? Why would you abandon your comfortable, affluent, and safe life to throw yourself right into fire and blood?" But what was the psychological reality behind this choice? She realized there is a much greater and more meaningful secret in this universe. The secret was that when a human being is drowning in selfishness, ego, or self-inflicted depression caused by their own micro-problems, the absolute best and fastest route to salvation is to lift their gaze away from their own wounds and look at the profound suffering of others. This is the golden law of the human mind, escaping the prison of self-absorption and negative thoughts by taking refuge in empathy, altruism, and the acceptance of massive social responsibility. When you fight to save others, you inadvertently heal your own broken soul. This brings us to a critical, highly provocative question. How can a single human being endure continuous, compounding blows, break apart from the inside out, survive high-profile media divorces, shoulder the complex crises of raising multiple children, and witness the deaths of loved ones, yet bounce back to the front lines of life every single time with a calmer expression, and even more ironclad willpower, a wiser character, and a laser-sharp focus? What is the secret behind this extraordinary resilience and unyielding endurance? This is where we must examine Angelina Jolie's mindset and internal manifesto when facing severe physical health scares and the most terrifying decisions of her life. When doctors warned her that due to her genetics, her risk of contracting incurable illnesses was dangerously high, most ordinary people in her shoes would have chosen to hide in silence in a corner of their house, keeping secrets and paralyzing themselves with fear. But what did she do? She took absolute control of her destiny with her own two hands. She decided to speak to the world with absolute courage about her own body, her health, her internal fears, and the scariest moments of her existence. By doing this, she taught us a massive psychological lesson. Fear holds its absolute power only when you keep it hidden in the shadows and run away from it. But the moment you look it dead in the eye, analyze it, and build a concrete tactical plan against it, fear transforms from a lethal obstacle into the primary fuel for your engine of progress. Angelina taught us that true courage is never the absence of fear. Courage means being terrified down to your bones, watching your hands tremble, and still taking the next conscious, forceful step forward onto the ground. Now, let's pull all of these concepts out of the glamorous world of Hollywood and plant them directly into the reality of your everyday life. How many times have you felt like you reached the absolute end of the line with no way back? How many times did you want to launch a major startup, kick off a new business, or radically transform your lifestyle, only to have the voice inside your head whisper, "You can't do it, you're too weak, you lack the skills, the economy is broken, and luck just isn't on your side"? The exact second you hand over these excuses to yourself and prepare to surrender, you need to instantly remember the destiny and winding path of Angelina Jolie. A woman whom the yellow press media tried thousands of times to completely destroy, whose personal life was dragged under the microscope of the harshest judgments, and who battled the most grueling emotional, mental, and physical crises, yet never, under any circumstances, allowed herself to be labeled as a victim. The core, fundamental difference between ordinary, gray-toned people and great, history-making individuals boils down to this single, subtle, yet lethal detail. Ordinary, defeated people always wait for the storm to pass, for the weather to clear up, and for the sun to shine before they make a move. But great, successful individuals learn how to dance and sprint right in the middle of the darkest, most violent tempests of life. They view a crisis not as an end, but as the inauguration of a brand new cycle of personal evolution. So starting today, starting from this exact second as you absorb these words with your entire being, you need to perform major surgery on your mindset and your way of living. Tomorrow morning, when a massive problem, a dark challenge, or an unexpected failure steps into your path trying to knock you down, instead of throwing your hands up in despair and crying out, "Why me? What did I do to deserve this?" Instantly condition your mind to say, "What exact brand of steel-hard power and new skill is this annoying obstacle going to forge inside me? How can I carve out a much stronger, smarter, braver, and wiser version of myself from these very ashes, from this very defeat?" Remember that life is never a contest of being flawless, living without mistakes, or walking down a smooth path. Life is an all-out battle of standing back up every single time you get knocked flat on your face. With all the twists and turns of her life, Angelina Jolie proved to us that true human beauty does not lie in a flawless, unblemished, pain-free exterior, but rather in that inner power, iron will, and hidden resilience that, after every devastating defeat, picks you up with all your scars, all your pain, and all your exhaustion, and sets you back on your feet to charge toward your dreams with double the force. So stand up without hesitation. Look at your scars like medals of honor. They are living proof that you fought and refused to surrender. You are far deeper, richer, and more powerful than you give yourself credit for. All you need to do is believe in yourself once and for all, grab your fears by the throat, and fight ruthlessly, committedly, and relentlessly to build the flawless version of the life you desire, until the world has no choice but to surrender to your sheer willpower.